breaking developments in the coronavirus pandemic.
I'm officially declaring a national emergency.
Worldwide now, the coronavirus taking a devastating toll. Confirmed cases now top 300,000. Over 13,000 have died.
Officials encouraging all residents to self-quarantine. As the virus continues to spread, so does fear.
Legal troubles are mounting. It's a question that we've been raising for more than a month now. How can the world make China pay for the made in China coronavirus? How can China be held accountable for this pandemic? And now we are happy to tell you that the efforts have begun. On Monday, we had reported on a lawsuit in Florida, the first legal challenge that directly blames China for the outbreak. Now a second lawsuit has been filed, and this one is in Texas, again in the US, and it's worse. China has been sued for $20 trillion worth of damages. 20 trillion. The case has been filed by Larry Klayman, an American lawyer and right-wing activist. The lawsuit has been filed through two of his organizations. One is called Buzz Photos, the other is Freedom Watch. It says that the Wuhan coronavirus is a biological weapon of war. It claims that the virus was made in China, inside the Wuhan Institute of Virology. It accuses Beijing of creating the coronavirus and calls the disease an effective, I'm quoting this, an effective and catastrophic biological warfare weapon to kill mass populations. Here is what the lawsuit says, I'm quoting again. COVID-19 was designed by China to be a very effective and catastrophic biological warfare weapon to kill mass populations. The COVID-19 is a very unusual and dangerous virus, seemingly handcrafted to spread rapidly through multiple pathways. There are many indications besides the nature of the disease demonstrating that the virus was engineered in the Chinese military's laboratory or laboratories. This is what the lawsuit says. A word of caution here, though. The lawsuit is based on media reports, some of them unverified. The claim that the Wuhan virus is a biological weapon is still a claim. It has not been backed by science. There is no other proof yet, but circumstances and events leading to the outbreak have led to such conclusions. What the lawsuit does is add to a growing chorus. How can China be made to pay for its criminal negligence? Are there any legal avenues to punish Beijing? On Monday, we reported on the class action lawsuit in Florida. This one calls out China for trying to cover up the pandemic. This lawsuit was filed by the Berman Law Group in Florida. And we reached out.
Day, I'll sign the single biggest economic relief package in American history, and I must say, or any other package, by the way. It's twice as large as any relief ever signed. It's $2.2 billion, but it actually goes up to $6.2 potentially trillion dollars. So you're talking about a $6.2 trillion bill, nothing like that. And this will deliver urgently needed relief to our nation's families, workers, and businesses. And that's what this is.
So are you personally working directly with China?
We just signed a trade deal.
Also fighting with the
It's
virus.
the biggest deal probably ever made. And I hope they're going to honor that trade deal. If they don't honor the trade deal, then I'll tell you a different answer. But I think they will. They're going to spend billions of dollars for agriculture. They're going to spend billions of dollars for many different things. Whereas China never spent money in our country. We spent money. We had a deficit, a trade deficit with China for years of $500 billion, $400 billion. We had the biggest trade deficits in the history of the world with China. Now China's going to spend a lot, has agreed to spend $250 billion, many billions of dollars in our country, much of it going to farmers and manufacturers. So I'll let you know. I mean, I hope they're going to honor the deal. We'll find out.
With China, are you cooperating with
I don't
China?
know. Who are you working for, China? You work for China, or are you with a newspaper?
Kong,
Who are you with?
Hong Kong Phoenix TV.
Who owns that, China?
It's
Is it owned by
based in
China?
Hong Kong.
No, is it owned by the state?
No, it's not. It's a private owned company.
Okay, good. Okay. Look, I'll let you know. I'll give you a good answer to that in a few months. I wanted to see what they do. Because it's time for them to help us, okay? It's time right now for China to help us. And hopefully they do. And if they don't, that's okay too. But we signed a deal. It was signed with great goodwill and spirit. And it's time that our farmers benefited, our manufacturers benefited, and we'll see whether or not that deal is honored. And I think it will be, because I know President Xi, who I like and respect, and I think he will honor the deal he made with us. It just went into effect 4 days ago. I will see whether or not. In fact, I called up just a little while ago. I said, how are the farmers doing with respect to China? Are they buying the product as anticipated? And the answer was, yeah, I think so. But it wasn't the most positive, but it was starting. The deal just started. So I'll let you know. But, you know, for many, many years, China ate our lunch because we had people in this position that I'm in right now that allowed China to get away with absolute murder. And it should have never happened. But we are now dealing with China. We'll see what happens. Yeah, please.